as fuck. She said she my eye, but I don't know her. Had to look her up. I know that I'm rich, but I can help it. I'm hood as fuck. I've been on these bitches neck so long, sometimes I fucking stuck. I can put you in my business. You might wish me dead tomorrow. Bitches be on today, sing every word of tomorrow. I still got cases open. Keep your mouth shut tomorrow. Stay with me today, then get some sleep. You know it's up tomorrow. Fake, that's what my friend me. Both see, I think y'all should scissor. She bought a chain, I bought the same one, even bigger. She throwing shots, that's how I know I got a trigger. I don't speak dog ho. I don't care what no bitch say. I stay on her mind. I got condos in that chain. She said she don't fuck with me. Who say that you can't hold? That munching, he gon' eat me like a mango. Long ass week, it be tickling my ass crack. Wonder what I do tomorrow that these hoes will be mad at. Oh yeah, it's sweet, and I always get my lick boo. I thought for my bitches and I'm fighting over dick too.
Can't say your name up in my songs, might not with you tomorrow. Can get my feelings hurt today, I won't give a tomorrow. Ain't to buy no credit score, I might be rich tomorrow. Every day the sun won't shine, but that's why I love tomorrow. Can't say your name up in my songs, might not you tomorrow. Can get my feelings hurt today, I won't give a tomorrow. With the buy no credit score, I might be rich tomorrow. Every day the sun won't shine, but that's why I love tomorrow. You would think I went to school for chiropractic. Looking good as hell today, just sent my 5 attachment. Why'd you come from me by the man? You better that come at me by niggas who I don't need.
Who back there dancing? I heard it. Who back there having a good time? Welcome, 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 everybody. Happy Friday. Y'all already know what it is. It's a reasonable doubt kind of day. Ashley, how are you feeling? Are you ready to get into Jax and Folak King, as you like to call him? Muted as usual.
Well, you don't want to hear me singing I Love Tomorrow in the background, Tyra. No, I'm very, very excited. I hope everyone had an amazing Friday. I'm ready to get into all of the things. Reasonable Doubt is cooking this season. I mean, as much as I don't like certain things, the show is actually very good this season. So I'm super excited to get into it.
EJ, how are you doing and how are you feeling? You ready to get into the show?
Yes, I'm doing good. It's Friday. I'm happy that it's Friday. Listen, I was back there jamming too. But yeah, I'm excited. Listen, Reasonable Doubt is cooking this season. I'm really enjoying it thus far. I think that this one is going to be different than just the others. Like just the case itself is already, they're presenting it a little bit different and I'm loving it so far.
Mm-hmm. And Lawrence, how are you doing? And are you ready to get into the show?
Yeah, I am doing well. It's Friday. I was happy to be off today. I felt like Azie punching that time clock, but the thong song came on. Yeah, I was ready to rock and roll. Shout out to Azie and that song.
Everybody had that little moment when the thong song come on. That's when it escalates and stuff gets for real. But getting into what we always get into, make sure that you guys, when you're entering, you're hitting that like button and you're engaging with us in the chat and letting us know what you thought about this episode and our commentary. Overall thoughts, I really like this episode. Like, it was good. This episode was intense. I don't think we've had a case just yet that's been like Azie's, because Azie is adding like fuel to his own fire. Normally we will have an event take place and then it's just kind of figuring out who done it. We don't have too much escalation in between. And if we do, it's probably on the side of Jax. No, Azie trying to give people heart palpitations in this episode, and I'm not mad at it. It's keeping me intrigued as far as what's going to happen next, because he is extremely unpredictable, as well as Jax, because we're going to get into her and her circumstances. But, EJ, what were your overall thoughts of episode 3?
Yeah, I love this episode. One thing that I like, my most favorite part about this so far is that we actually know that Azie is not the unaliver, right? And I think that's what makes it different from the other cases. We didn't know who the heck it was. Like, we were trying to guess, like, who was it? But this time we already know right from the jump that he's not the one. And now it's this real case of who did it. Because usually you're just trying to figure out, did Azie do it or did he not do it? But now we just know. And now also we just have all these different layers. And then I love the backstory with the father. So I'm thinking I'm going to really enjoy that. And I like that we're incorporating Naima a little bit more into this particular season as well. So I'm ready, but this episode was great.
Lawrence, thoughts on the episode?
Yeah, I loved the episode. I think the one thing that intrigued me the most was, learning about Ozzy's past, learning about his backstory, how he kind of, have this Hollywood tragic backstory that we've seen play over in Hollywood again and again. And my goodness, my heart is going to break whenever Naima. I'm more concerned about Naima getting news about that other baby versus her brother. I feel like she's going to be completely crushed.
I ain't missed it. Well, at least, so I'm not gonna say that. That's sensitive. But Ashley, what about you? What were your overall thoughts of this episode?
Yeah, overall, again, this was a great episode. I agree with everyone. This was definitely intense, definitely a lot of important themes tackled for me. But the one overarching thing that's going to stand in every single episode and every single season of Reasonable Doubt is trash ass parents. Listen, as an auntie, okay, because I don't have no children. Conversations need to be had with your child before certain things happen. I think that Jax and what's his name, Lewis, are failures. Folok King as parents, they're absolute failures. There's no way that you're raising this baby with this certain class and socioeconomic status, and you haven't taught them the dangers of socializing with certain groups and being the only one in certain groups. The way that they perpetuated this and then lied to the baby, singled out so she can't even have her only single black friend. Aggravated. As far as Azie, yes, I need tea. The sister's a lunatic. Daniel's gonna fall for that crazy cat because men fall for crazy cat. As far as Azie got a man at home. I was thrilled. A lot of things to unpack, and Billable Bill is a lunatic. He's sniffing that lady's panties. This is Michael Ealy 5.0. This is canceling Christmas. This is not the type of person that you let know where you live. I don't care if you got it. She should be in Dubai somewhere. All right. There's no way you let him. He's a problem. And right now, I don't even think he wants to be partner. He has a sick fetish for Jax. And I'm going to set it right there because I know we're going into some things.
That's what you got from the us.
Yeah.
Yeah. She gonna take it there and go off on flights of fancy every single time, and I love it for it. But I thought it would be only right that we start here. Deadbeats and horny hoe mamas. Because, girl, pipe down. Or are you getting piped down by daddy in secret and you ain't told Jax yet? Because she was a little too happy this episode. But I hate for a casual deadbeat to roll up. Just roll up like no time has passed. Mind you, I ain't seen you in over a decade. We don't correspond in that way. You've been not a father. We just roll up like no time has gone by. I was wondering if we could go on down, catch a flick, get a little dinner. Come on, daughter. It's like, no. Jax is extremely guarded. Of course, this is catching her off guard, and she is hurt. Like, it says a whole lot about their relationship that even at this point, and we know how Jack presents, but she couldn't even be vulnerable with Lewis. Like, I'm fine. Everything's okay. It's like, no, I'm still going to be lying and acting like I'm cool and I'm not. She's hurt by this, as she should be. And while she's trying to keep her distance from daddy this episode, Mama just takes it up on herself to take her own initiative to invite him on down to dinner. This is clearly a setup situation to force Jax to have this meeting. Her mama is so trash, Lord. I thought it couldn't get any worse, from the incidents before in past seasons. But how we got here and she internalized and took everything in tow. Well, I was keeping him from, family. I was the reason. But now, all while still reminiscing on how everything was a kiki and so perfect. And the only thing that was standing in their way, I guess, was the good old drugs. Ma'am, I think he rubbing on her thigh. I do. I think Daddy rubbing on her thigh because she's just too desperate in that way for a man. I need to be a man, Albert. I need a man. I need to be up underneath the man. And now that other man's dead and gone, your daddy looked real good to me. I need her to go away. I need her to go away. If they're not already sleeping together, she wants to in the first place. But Ashley, I'm going to come back to you. How did you feel about Daddy rolling up and eventually Jax, deciding to open that door and letting him know, like, I'm not going to be hurt by this, but we know if it goes astray, she is going to be hurt.
As much as Jack wants to be this confident, independent woman of the 90s, as much as she wants that, we can't ignore the fact that Jax is a broken person. That's the way she exhibits. That's why she exhibits the way that she does, not only at work, but in her parenting, in her relationships with men. This is all about this crackhead of a daddy that's rolling through. And I think it's a very slippery slope. Like I said, I need to see Jax on that lady couch, and I ain't seen it yet. I've not seen it. She's not done, Jax. The work is not done. And I think letting her mother talk her into this and letting the crackhead talk her into it as well. I think it's a slippery slope. I don't think she's ready for this. I don't think she's ready to see that man ODing in the middle of her son's bedroom floor. Listen, we can eliminate some of this stuff and slow walk it. But Jax is broken, and I don't think she's equipped for handling this situation right now as much as she thinks she is. And like you said, Jax is completely insulated, right? Like, I don't really need anybody. Like, Lewis is cute, Folok King is cute and everything, but I don't really need him. Like, I can manage this on my own, and I think that's her Achilles heel in this whole series, is that she never really goes and gets the full help that she needs. Also, the fact that her mama is a trash box. Her mother is an elder trash box. She's been that way since day one. Why would you listen to a hoe who let her husband touch you? Like, it doesn't make any rational sense. That's why I know this is coming from a place of trauma with her. And I hate everything about it. I hate that this man is a crackhead in every single show I see him in. And why are you popping up on my doorstep like Eddie Kane Jr.? Like, I made it, baby, we made it. Like, I'm going to be, at the shop, whatever, playing whatever instrument. I don't give a damn. I want them to fast forward through this because I know it's going to just end in tragedy. That's what I know.
I thought it was just so entitled the way that he rolled up here. Like, yeah, so yeah, Big, give me one more chance. Absolutely not. EJ, how did you feel about this?
Listen, I agree with all of that. I thought it was weird, for one thing, that you just automatically assumed that she was supposed to allow you back in. It was almost like it was rehearsed, and like, okay, I'm going to say this, she's probably going to say this, and I'm going to say that, and then, this is going to be okay. And I didn't agree with the mom, and I didn't agree with her the last time we met up with her and her crazy decisions about these men in her life and how it makes Jax feel. Because there's no way that the dude from the last season, I can't think of his name right now, but there's no way that he would have ever been in my life. He would have been gone a long time ago. But then you try to force this on her when she's not ready for it. Clearly, she's already going through a lot. For a whole year, she just went through something in her own marriage. And then you're going to throw this in there. She is fragile. And as a mother, you should know that. Like, you should know that Jax is capping right now really hard. And I'm not going to add to this by trying to push you into her life. If she lets you in, great. But I'm not going to participate in this. This is all you. So, that's where I see it.
Lawrence.
So let me get this straight. After 8 years, the dad come waltzing back into Jax's life and expect everything to be okay. Also, the audacity of the mother to just want her to want Jax just to forgive her daddy. It's obvious that Jax is still hurting. There's a little girl inside of her that is still broken, that is still hurt. And when it comes to healing, you have to do that on your own, right? There's not necessarily a timetable for that. She even stated that her dad let her down, and when he did come, he kind of like stood him up. So I completely understand how Jax is feeling in this scenario, in this situation right here. It's going to take a long time for the dad and Jax to potentially reconcile, but then again, he could be passing out soon. He could be in the pearly gates or below.
No, or below.
I will say, I do not think that it's the dad. Straight. It better not be you. I wish you would roll up here, umpteen years later, when you were always absentee, just to overdose on my living room floor or whatever, wherever they were, in that bedroom, in my son's room. Please, it's not him. It can't be. We wouldn't do that to Jax. We wouldn't, right? We wouldn't do that. Thank you so much, Bree, for the super chat. Jax's mother has no business being a mother. Trash. Oh, she's gonna triumph the man every single time. Every situation, the man is gonna trump. I think he's either rubbing on that, or she would like for him to rub on that. So I'm gonna say everything I need to say in this moment, girl. You need to forgive him. This is a good man, Savannah. Girl, you alive. Thank you so much, DeMarcus. Jax will help Bill get back his wife, Kendra. Bill needs therapy. I believe that Dr. Owen will help both Azie and Bill. Bill has PTSD. We're gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back to that, DeMarcus. We're gonna come back to that because, baby, the way Bill was out in this episode. Now, when we get to the end and Jax, against her better judgment, decides to let her father in, we also have a moment with Lewis where she's like, he lied about something. He lied. Something's off. He ain't telling me the full truth. Now, this could, of course, be him lying about his how long he's been sober, because he says, "Yeah, I've been straight for like the past 5 years. Okay, I just haven't rolled up to see you." Or could this possibly be the thing that he's lying about, him having a daughter, and maybe that daughter is Lori Harvey? I don't know. EJ, what do you think?
Yes, I absolutely think that the daughter is Lori Harvey. I think that is going to be one of the things that gets exposed. And I think there's like something in the trailer where she wants to talk to Jax and he doesn't want her anywhere near Jax. So I definitely think that there's going to be something with this. And I don't know. I'm probably gonna let that other theory go. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it simmer a little bit. I'm gonna wait a couple more episodes. But yeah, this is definitely the daughter, and he just looks like he hiding something. Girl, he looked like he hiding something.
I don't know. There isn't a whole lot in that trailer, but Lori don't look like she rolling up to have a good time. They often have those storylines where it's like, oh, you were absentee and not present for me, but in the span of you getting sober, getting back sober, you managed to be the perfect father for someone else. She don't look like she rolling up with that type of energy. It looks like you trash over there also. But the prospect that he could be hiding a daughter and Jax has had a little sister this whole time could stress her out. Lawrence, how do you feel?
Listen, if Lori Harvey's actually playing that daughter, all hell is about to break loose for Jax. She will never be able to forgive her father for what he has done. Like, that is a major bombshell. That's gonna, I don't know, is it really going to affect Jax in a big time way? If that is really the daughter, once we find out what the father is really hiding.
Ashley, what do you think he's hiding? And are you excited to see Lori come over here and do something?
I didn't know Lori acted. I didn't know. So no, not necessarily. Like, I'm glad everybody getting a check. I don't know this lady. Not as an actress, but anyway, I think he's got multiple secrets. I think he's terminally ill, and in addition, he was slinging dingaling and probably got multiple illegitimate children roaming around the streets of L.A. and Chicago and New York, wherever his music took him. Also, I would just like to say, I don't think he was ever a good father to anybody. Look at how Lori looking over here.
Hey, you don't look like, hi, like what the hell? You were present as hell for Lori Harvey? What about me, Harpo?
Is she looking like that? No. I've never seen Lori Harvey look like this before. So she had it rough too. She might be a crack baby. I don't know, Tyra, but I know he's got multiple secrets, and I'm ready to hear them all. And I think one of them though is that he got something. I think he's a carrier of some sort. But I mean, it's cute. We got a long season ahead of us. Let her be Jax's little sister, so Jax can be jealous of somebody. I don't know.
I just say he's scary. I don't know. I think the secret is I think he been laying pipe with mama. They probably been rekindled something, and it's like, I don't know, for whatever reason. And it's probably because it's her mother. She always has an expectation for her mother to be better than what she is, and she's always going to be exactly who she is. He might be using again, and or just Lori Harvey might just be, that main secret. But of course, we'll see. Actually, say he got the package.
You're right, DeMarcus. My bad. She was in Fight Night. She was Lola Falana. You're right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Bree. Jackson needs to pull a Raquel Thomas on her mama. I don't know. Something done. I know that hair. I know Mama hair was laid this episode. I was like, I love them gray streaks in the front. She look good sitting at this table, but she trash. She just trash. I can't even give her a solid compliment because she be out here doing Jax all kind of wrong. Let's get to the baby. Somebody check on them kids. Naima's out here crying for help and don't nobody care. Girl, Lord, I already knew where we were going. They love this little plot line in a show, don't they? They go, hey, little black kid, go over there and steal something, and your white friends are gonna stand behind you.
Super dare, but pick dare. What the
And
hell?
none of these kids ever have the forethought to like, oh, okay, yeah, hell no, I'm not doing that. No, they always just go, and of course, you wind up being the one getting caught, and it doesn't help that you're the only black person. That was besides the point. Of course, we show up and we kick into action this time because I'm Jack. I have connections, and we make decisions here. Baby Jax was approaching Naima like she was going to be a stone cold criminal. You could leave a life of deception. You could be on the street smoking crack rock, and baby, it's not that. It's like, baby, it was a dare. I did. It wasn't even about that. I think she is just crying out for help in these type of ways. What really pissed me off was Daddy Bomax. Sir, Louis, you had one job. The moment that those situations occurred, you should have told your children. I don't know how he or Jax thought that this was going to just be a secret that they were going to take to the grave, especially with, ain't nobody tell you to go over there and sleep with her mama. You already knew their connection. You already knew this wasn't some random hoe from across town that y'all wasn't never going to come across again. No, this was Tony, her best good friend's mother. Are you serious? And you thought that this was just going to stay under wraps. I'm surprised that it's been kept this long. But not only do we find out we haven't made any effort and don't plan to until, we got 2-3 weeks and Spencer. I was like, Spencer? I thought he got that Judy Winslow. I thought Spencer got that Judy Winslow. What you mean he coming back in 2 weeks to do what? Oh, no, we got to deal with that. I thought Spencer was gone. I want these babies working. I want these black people working. But the way I thought Spencer was going, and we was just only going to have to deal with Naima. No, we're going to break it to her then. We already know that it's going to come out before then, but we rather just wait for the shoe to drop and like hit us in the look. The way Lewis just sat there, it's like, what? Yeah, I ain't know what to do. I just agree with her. I was like, what? Where are the adults? Are the parents? Are the adults in the room with us? And that's a whole lot as far as Lewis and Jack's relationship. It's always avoidance. It's one thing with y'all and y'all little raggedy life. Don't do that to your children because when it comes out, it's going to be hard to come back from. Lawrence, how did you feel about Naima still in this Prada bag?
I think Naima did something crazy that a lot of young teenagers do her age, just trying to fit in, right? But I thought Jax and Lewis would have had a conversation with her, let her know that you can't necessarily move a lot in society the way they are moving, right? Like, use some thought. Like, Naima's a pretty smart girl. She knows if she's stealing stuff, she's going to go to jail for a while. But I do believe that Jax went on a wild tangent when she was telling her, what you could have did. I'm like, Jax, it was a mistake. It's okay, man. I know you're gonna ground her, cool, but Naima's smart. She just got caught up in peer pressure at the end of the day. And for Lewis, my guy was absolutely shook when they was having a conversation about, oh yeah, well, my friend said that, you could be potentially the daddy. He looked like he wanted to pee on himself. It was bad for Lewis. And like you said, I guess they thought that they was going to be able to just take it to the grave. Me and my friends, we call it Grave Diggers Association, right? I guess Lewis and Jax are a part of that association with us, right? But yeah, they need to have this conversation with those babies eventually.
They're not. Ashley, how did you feel about Jax approaching Naima as a potential witness or jailbird when we should have just came in there as a mother and tried to confide? And why did you even think that this was okay? Baby, what's wrong? Let's talk. Do you know you can go to jail for life? Like, Jax. Ashley.
This is my issue, right? You can't expect something from a child that you never instilled in them. And a lot of people think because they pay for their children or, they're present, they live in the same home with the children, that equates to raising a child. And it's like, no, your kid just grew up. And I feel like Naima has really had the onus on her to raise herself and figure out how to navigate social groups and her blackness in these white spaces. And I feel like this is utterly and completely disgusting. Jax was wrong as hell and didn't approach this baby as a mother because Jax don't know how to be a mama because Jax ain't had a mama, and she didn't go to class to learn to be a mother. It don't seem like she sat up under any of her girlfriends who had good mothers and learned from them either. I think this is a travesty. Like, I was sitting there thinking about it, and I said, damn, my mama had the conversation with me. Like, we grew up in the suburbs, and like, baby, you can't do what they do. I don't, why are you the only chocolate drop in their mixture? Things don't feel right. Things don't look right. You have to be watching everything. And I feel like Naima didn't have that. As quick as they were like, truth or dare, but you got to pick dare. Okay, I'll do it. Like, there was not even a second guess, a question of like, oh, maybe this isn't the right thing to do. And I blame the parents fully. Then when we sit down and get the revelation, of course, that her best friend's no longer the best friend because of your lies, and you immediately don't address it, king of the faux locks, go directly to the hot place, sir. You're as trash as Jax. Jax still ain't had a solo conversation with Naima. I mean, I will give it up to him that he tried to talk to the baby, but I mean, it wasn't good enough because you're lying, and then we'll tell her in 2 weeks. What precedent does that set? You literally just found out this baby lost her best good friend, the only probably black friend she had at the school, and now is in trouble. Where do you think this leads to? It leads to further dissent. Now that my parents lie to me, you already don't know what time I get done with school. You already don't know how I got home. I got to hitch rides on the side of the freeway to get home. And now this, it's disturbing. It's just hire a nanny. At this point, hire some live-in help to come and help you manage this because you guys are incapable. Clearly, I'm disgusted. I'm proclaimed. This is Mean Girls all over. Look at how them girls was looking at you, Naima. You don't pick up the context clue? That's how I know they ain't taught her nothing.
They did. They said, go on there, steal it, gal. Go on in there. Yeah. She's like, okay. What? And I'm not even gonna give. I'm not giving Jax that. She has that trash mother. So that's only going to go so far because in 3 episodes, I've seen her show more compassion for Azie than she did tonight. Yeah. We gave, a lot of effort there. Yeah. That's a client, but still, no ma'am. We know how to parent there. EJ?
Listen, I'm not going to give it to Jax like y'all was giving it to Jax. I'm going to say that I feel like there is not enough context clues for us to go all the way in on Jax the way that we are going in on her. However, so that's why I'm not going to go all the way in on her. But I will say this. I believe that Lewis should have told this a long time ago. I've always lived by the saying, and my mom always told me what's hidden in the dark will come to the light. It just is what it is. That is like the biggest, I don't know what those things are, whatever those sayings are, but that one is true. There is nothing that you can ever really hide, especially when you have your daughter being the best friend of this. It was just going to come out. So when it first happened, this is something that they should have addressed. They should have talked about it. It was going to be uncomfortable. And I feel like this is the moment where Jax should have pushed it. Yeah, I would have been like, listen, you going to tell them what it is. Like, we're not pushing this to the side. You're going to tell them because you don't want that type of stuff to come back and hit you in the face. And you don't ever want your kids to be blindsided by information that you have and that they don't have and that somebody else has, and then they get hit with it. Like, nobody wants that. So I definitely feel like in this moment, he should have said something right then, even without talking to Jax. I just would have had that conversation. That's the first thing I would have did as soon as she said it. And then as far as the way Jax went in, I think a lot of that had to do with what she just experienced with her father. I think all of this stuff coming back to her, it felt like a talk of, my daddy just came back, he this, and I'm saying all of these things because I'm really talking about this situation and I'm not really talking about that situation. It just goes back to Jax needs to get back in therapy. She hasn't fully handled any of this. And so that was her projection for that. That's how I feel about it. But I do think that, that she could have done it she could have did it differently, but I see where it was coming from. I just see both sides of it.
Yeah, I just like how she instantly threw it in Louis' lap. What did you say? You need to talk to your kids, Louis. Jax. Thanks, Jamarcus. Imagine if Bill finds out that Naima was arrested and tells Stephen Vincent this information to make partners since Kathy was fired. This is gonna stay there. This is gonna stay where it is. I don't think it's gonna go that far. And even if it did, that's nothing to give grounds to whatever they're plotting to do. But thank you so much, Demarcus. Bree's here. Lewis just bugs me. I ain't like that man since hit the flow. Thank you so much, Bree. I hit the flow. I need to go back and watch that. I remember it, but I don't. Oh man. But yeah, we shall see. I just didn't know what difference 2 weeks were gonna make. No, get this over with now. Pull that band-aid off. No, we scared. Lewis, you did this. Now Heifer say what? What you say, Heifer? What did you say, Heifer, across the table to me? I knew these people was gonna take it there. This is confirmation, Jack. If you don't go where you are celebrating, girl, and get your duffel bag and get the hell up out of there. Now, just the energy that they were giving those first two episodes, and that conversation that she had with Lewis about being with your own, and it's something about being in mixed company, having to operate in a different way. Maybe we are, about to embark on our own firm, our own,
Mm-hmm.
our something, because this was ridiculous. I was like, what? We already have them plotting in their own way, doing this micromanaging. Because yeah, can you give us updates? Tell us this, tell us that. And this is throwing Jack for a loop because I've never had to do this before. I'm always very successful at what I do, even more so than everybody in this room. As Jack said a million times, my name is on the building, which means absolutely nothing in this room. It didn't stop her from being disrespected by somebody who is underneath her. She was gaslit because, like, oh my God, calm down. Like, every black woman, please, you exit. Lady who calls it, yeah, you exit and going on down to HR. We'll handle that. But I need you to calm down as a black woman. Not only calm down, but just as a black woman. You think you can come in here and do what the hell you want to do and say. I was like, what? I'm like, what is setting it off to I don't know. I don't know if it's because Jax has leveled up so much in the company, because I feel like those first two seasons, it was none of this. As long as she was, clocking in and getting them cases done and bringing money into the firm, it wasn't an issue. But now that she is on the building, we need to know everything and all things that you are doing. I don't know what they're trying to do, but I need Jax to get her stuff, get your stuff, and get the hell up out of there. EJ, how did you feel about this?
Yeah, I agree. She needs to go. Like, I believe that they are setting it up that eventually Jax is about to go ahead and embark on her own adventure. And that's what she should have done on her own venture. Sorry. That's what she should have done from the beginning, right? Like I just feel like once she hit a certain status at this point,
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I get that the check, I get it. I get all of that. And I get that this is going to be like starting from the bottom. But to me, Jax is the firm. If she clocks more hours, if she gets paid a higher amount than everybody else, then wouldn't you say that Jax is the firm at its core? You know what I'm saying? So if you take that piece away from there and she goes somewhere else, she's going to be successful because of her success rate already. I don't think she's going to have a problem with that. I do side eye everybody in that room, especially old girl, like the audacity of you to even say anything. Like, why would you even come at her like that? That just means that there's been a lot of talking in that room when Jax is away because she felt so comfortable to do so. That HR stunt was just that. It was a stunt because somebody got to take the blame. Somebody got to take the fall. We got to make it look like we are a united front, while we gaslight her, of course, but we got to make it look like this. So you go on down to HR because you about to get fired because we really don't need you, and you got to take that L because you shouldn't have even said anything. What we say in this room, you shouldn't have felt that comfortable to say it because we got a plan. We got to get her out of here, but we got to figure out what she doing before we can bring her down a notch. I hated everything about this. This right here just spoke so true to just real life, just period. And I hate this for Jax. I hate that she even has to go through this or even deal with any of this. This first it was the boys club, then you got this one other female. I don't know if I think it's only one other female in there, and then you do and then you do the same thing. I'm just like, come on, when is it gonna be just when you or can't you be just a girl's girl? Like, I hate it when you just can't be a girl's girl. Hate it.
She been jealous. Even the episode opened, she's like, yeah, I got Azie house arrest. It doesn't seem like a win. Like, she's been hating. Actually, I'm gonna come to you next because I know last time we had the discussion, you were saying as long as Jax keep that money flowing, it should be all good. This is clearly bigger than that. Why are they gunning for her? It's not like she's unsuccessful or bad at her job.
I don't think they're gunning to get rid of her. I think they're positioning for something else. I don't know if it's a merger. I don't know if it's acquiring somebody else and maybe the other people or entity views her as problematic. But I still think they want to keep her. I just think there's something else at play that we're not quite privy to just yet, which is why I think they're using Bill as a pawn to see really what's going on, the inner workings. I'm very curious because I still think that they think that she's valuable. But here's my take on everything at work with Jax. I think this spills over into her personal life. I think that she stayed here much longer than she's supposed to because of the security of it all. And because she gets the accolades here, she is the top whatever in here. I'm sure there's several wealthy black firms in LA that she could go and be a part of, but I don't think she would shine as bright as she wants to. Jax has issues with self-esteem, clearly. And I think that being here was almost like a badge of honor, and I think she's finally reading the room. To me, there's no way this is the first time situation with Karen over in the corner. You haven't heard anything through the grapevine. Daniel ain't told you nothing. Your assistant. Something is very odd about how she interacts. Also, she comes in here and she has the wherewithal to defend herself. And to me, it's just like, okay, one of these things is not like the other. If you can check everybody in the room real quick and say you're taking the day, then why are you putting up with this at all? This is very long overdue. And like I said, I think she's staying here or was staying here for other reasons. But I'm like, y'all, I do hope that she eventually goes somewhere else. I think they should give the kids up for adoption, though, because building a firm is far busier than what she's doing now. And if she don't have no time for them now, she's damn sure not going to have any time for them then. But go on, Jax. You look good in that red, sis. She looked very good. But yeah, this ain't nothing new. And I wish she would have slapped her. I know she couldn't, but we can catch her on the parking lot outside later.
Girl, I should say give the kids up for adoption. Lawrence, how did you feel about this scene?
This is unfortunately nothing new that we have not seen in corporate America. For those of us that have worked in corporate America, we've seen this playbook before, and Jax is finally experiencing this plateau of her career, right? And I agree with everything you lady said. And I think it is about time for Jax to go out and just open up her own firm. Like, enough is enough. But at the same time, I'm just thinking to myself, Jax, you haven't noticed some of this stuff? But then again, she did say that, they want me to check in more. I did think that was kind of odd. Not to mention, I got babysit Bill, it seems like, as well. So, Jax, you reached your highest plateau of that firm. It's time to pack your bags. Start your own. Yeah, like EJ said, it's going to be difficult at first. But trust me, it is worth it, because dealing with those macro aggressions that she's going through with right now, I feel like they're always spying on her. She has to jump through these invisible loops that maybe she can't see, but those partners are putting those loops around her. And she's, at this point in time, she's ready to break out of all of that right there. So she got to get her own. She has got to get her own at the end of the day.
I just want to know what it is. I do think, I don't know about no merging, no none of that, but just how they're trying to, it's like they're trying to learn her. I don't know if it's because she seems to pull in the more high profile clients. So let us see how she tackles this so we can do it without her. I just don't know, because the way that they were talking to Bill, I was like, what? Well, you're not giving us intel. Like, well, exactly why do you need to know exactly what's going on now at this moment? It's just an odd choice of words this episode. But getting over here to the man, because Bill is not okay. Bill is not all right. But we knew Bill wasn't all right. Bill is not okay. I am scared for Bill, but not in a way that makes me scared for Jax. I think whatever happened to Bill, I don't know if it's PTSD or if it's something else. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. I think he is fixating over this position, and I'm trying to make partner because maybe that'll prove something to himself, or he think it'll prove something to that black wife. Because baby, the way we was stalking, he was waiting. That lady was ignoring him. Big fine, ignoring them phone calls. She said, "Get your raggedy ass off my porch. You ain't coming in here. You ain't seeing no kids." She got in that house very quick. It's like, no, you can't see the kids. Bill, what did you do that you can't see the kids? What happened? I think whether it's some type of trauma, some mental thing or some PTSD that has gone untreated. He probably did something, put that wife, those kids in a situation that was unsafe. And it's like, yeah, you're not seeing me or these kids or whatever until you get some help. So maybe him getting, partner at this firm is a notch that he's doing better, but mentally he's really not. The way that he was kind of giving his commentary as far as Azie was concerned and his behavior, it just seems like something he's maybe closer to than he's admitting. Not so much the drugs, but just maybe the mental space. Because something wrong with Bill. And the way that we didn't laid everything on Bill's shoulders as far as getting Jax out of the way or getting intel or whatever, that's that. But that doesn't it gives him a dilemma, but that like saves whatever I thought Bill was going to be at first. I think they presented him as not being an ally and being an op, but I think he's middle of the road right now. Like, well, I am risking a lot, and I did do all those billable hours, but I'm seeing something in Jax and in this situation that I might want to be over there on Team Jackson. I give y'all no information because, yeah, I didn't have to struggle and I was older. He gave his whole little, background and I was, that lawyer. I don't want to do that to another person, especially a black woman who's successful. I really don't want to tell y'all nothing. I think he might be over there being with Jax and she might help him with whatever the hell he has going on. I hope we find out sooner than later. Because why the black woman running for you, Bill? Why you can't see them kids? Lawrence, I'm going to come back to you. What do you think is going on with Bill? And when the decision needs to be made, which choice is he going to make and what the firm wants him to do?
I think he's definitely dealing with something mentally, right? But at the same time, I think the firm is trying to groom him potentially to be the next Jax, right? I think he's been one of those people where it's like, well, I always got to prove him wrong. I always got to prove him wrong. He always had to live up to other people's expectations instead of his own, right? And there is, even when it comes back to him stalking his baby mama, I was like, yo, this guy is different. But I can't wait to see what side of the road, like you said, is he going to play on? Is he going to try to leverage with Jax? Is he going to be with the partners? The partner said originally, oh, yeah, we just want you to get next to Jax, right? Now we want you to spy her. Now we want you to get more cozy with her. Now we want you to be able to read her cards because she's keeping her cards a little bit too close, right? So Bill, he's kind of in that role, like you mentioned earlier. Do I go left? Do I go right? But yeah, there is something very strange about Bill.
Ashley, what about you? Do you think that we're going to be on the right side of the law as far as Shax is concerned? And when she do that grand stance and say, I don't need this job, and I'm taking Bill with me, are they going to be close in that way because she helped me get mentally better and through whatever I'm doing? Or do you feel like Bill knows where the bodies are buried and that wife ran from him for some other reason?
I know. Listen, let me tell y'all something about me. I know YT people crazy. I know it. I know it. This man writes letters and crayons. Okay. He uses lipstick and writes equations on bathroom mirrors. He's probably somewhere right now rocking back and forth naked on his closet floor. This man cannot be trusted. He is a danger and an imminent threat to every black woman. Did y'all look at his wife and Jack side by side? Do you see the comparison here? That lady needs to leave in the middle of the night. She needs to call one of them Underground Railroad battered women shelter people that call you on a payphone and you meet them at an undisclosed location and they take you on a bus to a place where nobody gets the number out. Like, it needs to be a Lifetime movie. There's no way. I know you know where I'm at, Billable Bill, and I'm comfortable and safe there with my children. I'm out of there, and he would never see me again. He is a danger. He is a danger to all involved. It's going to be like season 1. Jax is going to be quoting Psalms 23, tied to a chair, and he's going to be up to no good. I'm the idea that he is just all about the firm, and that I think that is a secondary motivation. The way he was sitting out in that car with his little tablet, like, oh yeah, I see her. Let me call her and see if she answers the phone right now while she's carrying these heavy grocery bags. He's a nut. He's a nut, and somebody needs to lock him up. I don't know if it's PTSD. I think he was born that way. The military might have just exacerbated it. This man,
He writes he writes letters and crayon just sent me. Actually, I do not see that. I feel like if Billable Bill was that alarming, because the wife was very confident, even though she got in that house, it's just like, no, it wasn't like you ain't bringing your ass in here. Remember what you did, whatever that is. I don't think it was intense enough because maybe I would have been post haste. I would have been gone. The way that she looked, when he called, she looked at the phone like, I'm not dealing with that right now. It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm scared for my life.
Calm before the storm. They never present fully at first, Tyra. They always look docile and innocent until they come with that trench coat. Believe me, Bill is not right. It's fine. We're watching this all together. Y'all come back at the end of the season.
I can't wait to see because I don't think it's that. I think something's wrong mentally, and Jax is gonna help him, and they're gonna be like, I feel like they're gonna be like this, son. EJ, what did you see with Billable Bill?
Listen, at first I was with Ashley that Bill was on the crazy side. But then this episode, while I do think that Bill is got some problems, I do think that Bill had no clue that he was supposed to be infiltrating Jax in this way. I think he thought that he was just supposed to get on the team and then this was going to lead him to being able to get partner. I think that's really all he thought. Knowing that he doesn't know this makes me think that there is still that Bill just might come in the ninth hour and be on Jax's side when it all comes down to it, that he's not going to be able to sell her out like this. Sort of like how they tried to get Corey Cash to do the same thing. If we really think about it, it was similar to that. And Corey didn't really, he started out in one way, but then we ended up here. So I think we're going to go down that similar route with it. But I do think that there is something wrong with Bill as far as why this woman doesn't want to be in his world, all of these things. But I didn't see fear in her either. I didn't see fear like, oh, I got to get up out of here. This man is crazy. He's about to kill me. Like, I didn't see that. Now, we got to see the next episode. We might see it, but I just didn't see it this time. I just saw I am exhausted and I'm tired and I'm not going to deal with you type of energy, and I'm not having it. But just not kill Bill, not yet. I ain't saying it can't be there though.
He writes letters in crayon.
That's diabolical right there though.
You know how much determination it takes to write a letter in crayon? And
a lot.
I just never to play with you right
A lot.
Oh Lord, child. Azie, please. We tired. We just met you, bro. We just met you. I should have known when we went with the child star themes this season that he was going to have every single trait and drama that we have ever witnessed with all of the Nickelodeon, Disney, old school, different stroke stars. Because you're taking me through that time, Bridges and them. Ozzy got a lot going on, child. Now, I did go listen to the thong song because I was like, I ain't listened to the thong song in a little bit, yeah. I was like, let me go cut that on. Come on, Cisco. But we learned so much more about Azie this episode, and I'm tired for him. He didn't been abused amongst other things. He's abusing drugs. He overdoses here. The sister has to come through with the Narcan. It's just not a safe scene. I don't know where we're going with this. I don't know where we're going with this. What I do know is, baby, we are building up all types of distrust with this sister here and Miss Mercedes. Cause baby, he said, baby, it was a 30-year-old woman. I feel like it was her. I feel like it was her. I feel like it was her. Because she's the agent, she's the manager. She would have been here this entire time. And she would also have motivation if that other older woman, Wendy, was trying to get in his face. Child, that's where I'm going. The sister is extremely suspect as well. I understand all the love in the world, but baby, I'm not. This ain't Sparkle. I'm not going to buy your drugs. Sister can't fly with one wing. I'm not going to buy you no drugs. I'm not. I'm not in the name of brother and sisterhood. I'm not supplying you with that. But I did like that we got into so much vulnerability with him, and he felt comfortable enough to trust Jax. I wish Jax would give this energy to her own children, but that's neither here nor there. But Lawrence, I'm going to come to you. How did you feel about everything else that we learned about Azie in this episode? Because he was on that good dope.
He was on that top notch. Listen, like you stated, Reasonable Doubt is literally giving us, when it comes to Ozzy, that old Hollywood trope of a young star, right? And the thing about it, his sister was like, well, if he wants it bad enough, he'll find out a way to get it. And the sister's kind of like being his plug at the same time. The thing about it that I thought was even more disturbing to me when he was like, oh, I was touched as a child. He kind of admitted that, well, I kind of liked it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And not to mention, you got these drugs, and then the family, whenever they say, well, it shouldn't be leaked to the press, the family is looking out for themselves at the same time. So when it comes to Ozzy, I mean, it's just a sad situation. Even with Dr. Owens, trying to talk to him, I forgot, he mentioned some words, but he kind of was like mocking her as if he wasn't taking the therapy session serious in the beginning. But I do think towards the end, he kind of finally opened up and realized, all the evil things that he has done. But my God, it's not going to be good for Ozzy. It is not going to be good for Ozzy.
I will say that this young man, this young actor, he is delivering. He's giving you all. He said, "Y'all gonna get this acting.
Oh, he's acting.
Y'all gonna get this acting."
Yes.
And I thought it was really crazy how he immediately jumped to trying to be sexually suggestive. Well, what is your thing? What do you like? Like is that what works for you? Oh, Pud, you really broken. But not only that, we see how complacent that this family is, and this is just what they've been doing. It's like, yeah, I was young. They would give me coffee, and then it turned into a little upper pill and the downer pill, and then eventually I got into harder drugs. This family is trash. This trash, and he never absolutely stood a chance. And you immediately feel sorry for Oz in this episode. EJ.
Yeah, I mean, learning all of this stuff about Ozzy, this was crazy for one thing. But again, we know that the child world of acting, like that world is something else. It's interesting. It's all the things that we're finding out now that we had no clue about then, with all the documentaries and all the things that we're hearing about what these kids have had to endure. I too didn't think they was gonna give us all 50 of them, but they did. They gave us every last single one of them. And Ozzy, and whoever this guy is, shout out to this man, because listen, he is playing the heck out of this, and I really truly believe him. But one thing that stood out to me is that I really don't know if I wholeheartedly agree that it was a woman. I think he may have swapped woman with man. I think that he's leading us to believe that it was a woman, but that it was really a man who he had this encounter with, and that he enjoyed this encounter with. That's what I really think. But I do think that he's also having relations with the Monica. I keep wanting to call her Mercedes. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get out of it. I also think that he is having relations with her too. I think that Ozzy uses sex as a way to get the things that he wants. You know what I'm saying? I think that he literally just believes that I'm Ozzy. You want me. So I think that he's just kind of doing this. I think he has multiples. I think everybody is enabling him, and I think he's having all of these relationships, and he gets something out of all of them. But I personally think I think that story was about a man and not a woman. But he's just
That definitely gives some credence to later, because baby, we definitely we was rubbing ankles with whoever that was on the phone at the end of the episode. But actually, how did you feel about this? And Jax was kicking in action. So they gotta be there for Ozzy. Like, oh, she had all the compassion in the world. Like, oh my God, I gotta get you some therapy, boo. I like how they're remembering to like maybe put her friends in, because they don't have to. Every girlfriend or anybody that we've met as far as Jax, they could have wrote them out. But the fact that she's still here as a therapist, I was like, yeah, Jax, you need to go get you some therapy too, girl.
Yeah,
But how did you feel about Ozzy and everything that we got in this episode? Because he's been through a whole lot.
this was so touching, and it was emotional. And like I said, yeah, this young man is acting down bad. I told you, he reminds me of Kelvin so bad. Even his affect, like his facial expressions and everything. I think he's doing an amazing job and delivering over here. But there's an old movie that I love. It's called The Fantasia Barrino Story. And in that, she says, you got to use what you got to get what you want. And I think that is his anthem. I think that is his tagline. I think that's what he's been doing since he's a child. And I think, unfortunately, SA, when unaddressed, manifests in that way, right? Like, I can use my body to get X, Y, or Z, whether that's gratification, whether that's this, whether that's that. And for lack of a better term, I feel like he's been pimped out by his family the entire time. Because what good mother would see you, not even know necessarily, because a lot of kids don't disclose, especially in this. He said, I liked it, and it was consensual. Baby, you can't consent. You don't have the wherewithal at 13 to consent to a damn thing. And I think just parents just being so blinded by the money, and we've seen it over and over again. We've seen so many stories about this. Like, just to see that your baby is literally broken. Baby, he does monologues in the bathroom by himself just to go and talk to people. He's flirting with this therapist who don't give a damn about him. I mean, does that friend even like men anyway? Like,
No,
it was just
that's
very
just
much.
Nah, I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, oh God, baby, you're so unaware. And he just wants to feel good, right? So let me get high, let me do X, Y, or Z to get into a space where I can manage myself and manage my lies. Because I don't think Azie, we said this in the first episode, this baby doesn't even know who he is. He doesn't know what he wants. He doesn't know what he likes. He doesn't know what he can do specifically for him that'll bring him joy, because he's always performing. I think it's whether for his abuser, whether it's for his parents, whether it's for the studios, the directors, whoever. Like, even with this therapist, she said, we're talking about SA, this traumatic thing, and he's trying to gain my approval. Like, he's trying to, charm me. During all of this, that's his primary concern, not getting to the root cause of everything. His sister is definitely an enabler. I think she's as loony as a Betsy bug. I do. Do I think she's harmed someone? I don't think so per se, but I don't like Daniel with her. So I need her to stay over to the side. And yes, the agent, Mercedes from the Pank, something's going on there too. I think he tastes the rainbow. I think he likes everything. And like I said, EJ, I absolutely agree with you. I think they just threw woman in there, but I do actually think that it was a man as well. I think Azie is teetering on some different things. My only other final thing is, as a therapist, even though that's your friend, isn't there a privilege there? Because you went right out and told Jax everything that happened in that conversation. I said, did he sign a disclosure or something?
Yeah, he did. He did. She says it.
Trust it. It was they did the checks down.
Okay, good.
I just like how they immediately brought it back around, because when we started the episode and he just couldn't manage to be on house arrest, and we're going back and forth, and he's posting all this erratic behavior, I was like, oh my God, do you want to go to jail? And then we flip it. I'm like, oh Lord, somebody help him. Somebody do something. The baby is not okay, and the parents are trash. Lord, Will Smith's mom is over there being trash. Oh, Bill, whatever her name is, what's her name? Vi. She's over here being trash. She's being a trash mother. She ain't doing nothing for his son. Everybody's an enabler, but this is what's happening. This is what's happening, because clearly he has been taking care of the family since forever. But main question I wanted from here, because y'all know I always thought that it was Azie on that floor in the beginning of that first episode, because he has overdosed and Jax don't know what to do. EJ, is Azie gonna make it through this trial? Is he gonna make it?
Man, that would be an interesting twist. And I think that they're always giving us different things. I don't think they're going to give us the same of everything. I think at some point, Jax won't, I don't think she loses, but I don't think she loses the case per se, because I think this is going to be interesting if she even makes it to, if she wins or loses this case, because I think Azie is his own worst enemy. But I mean, Azie could just say bump it and just, we look at all the trauma that he's going through, and with all of the enabling and not wanting to actually get him help, that man can just say bump it and I'm done and go on up to the upper room. You know what I'm saying? Who knows?
Nobody stood 10 toes in their room. Everybody's like, well, no, we have to think about his public image. This doesn't look good. Let's just do what we've always done. I was like, what? It's just too much. Actually, is he making it to trial? Is he living through this?
Yeah, he's going to make it to trial at the very least. I don't think that's him. I don't think Jax is crying over Azie like that. I just don't. Now, will something else happen? Will one of them boys touch him? Because it seemed like, oh boy is beat up, treed up. It seems like he's a gangbanger. Whoever his man is, sounded very like West Side Connect gang. So I don't know if he's gonna send somebody like after him or if Azie will self-eliminate. It'll be interesting to see, but we're definitely gonna get to see Jax in the courthouse. So now whether he makes it to the end of the
Well, I
trial,
was gonna say maybe that's a better question. Will he just make it through this season overall? Is he gonna live?
I don't know how Azie is living anyway. Like just seeing him here in this moment, I'm like, how were you going day to day, buddy? I don't see it for him. By the end of the season, no. 90% chance he's out of here.
Lawrence, what about you? Is Ozzy gonna make it?
I think Ozzy will make it to the trial, but it remains to be seen if he's going to potentially die. And like EJ said and Ashley, he could literally just end it all. It's in the air, and I just think about even, with that trial, Jax is always winning. What happens when she loses? If she potentially loses this case right here, what does that mean for Ozzy? So it's a slippery slope that Ozzy has put himself in. But yeah, I think he's gonna try to make it to the end. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be difficult, but he's gonna try to make it.
I don't know. We're gonna see because Ozzy was stressing me out. I was the way she ran. She knew exactly what to do. He's overdosed a whole bunch of times. Clearly, it's just he just doesn't have enough people in his corner. And Jax is new, but I don't think she's enough to just get him through everything. We got a love connection though. So why y'all playing with Daniel? Why y'all playing with Daniel? Daniel, don't you go down there and lose your damn job trying to be cute with glasses. Don't do that. I love a meeting of the nerds. That's cute or whatever. But the behavior is also questionable and extremely trash because baby, she was very, like the rest of her family. This is what they've been doing for Ozzy. This is my job. This is what I do. You can judge me all you want to. But Daniel isn't giving like all the information. He's giving a little bit, and he down there with Miss Receptionist. Like, yeah, I met this girl in my building, but it's no, you're being dishonest, and we're starting off wrong. And you ain't even got no draws yet, Daniel. What's gonna happen when you got the draws? I got the draws. What's gonna happen when you get the draws? Are you gonna lose your mind and lose your job? Let's not do this. And Jax, I need you to put some respect on Asian Babe's name. Don't be sending him down there. The last time we sent him on down somewhere, he got his ass whipped on down at the local bodega. I'm just an assistant. I am just an assistant. I don't have no weaponry. I'm not equipped to be in these kind of conditions. The way I would have told Jack's ass, no, you need to hire people. Ashley, how do you feel about this and where this is going?
I hate this. I told you, crazy cootie cat is the most attractive cootie cat to men. They love it. It's something different about it. I don't know. They desire it. He's making crazy moves already. When chick says, "You love her, don't you?" I said, he better not. Not after 2 minutes. This chick is Looney Tunes. And then the fact that Jax acts like she don't remember his name and can't show him any appreciation. I said, look at the baby feeling underappreciated and undervalued. Daniel, I think this is a perfect storm, right? Because he feels alienated by Jax. I don't think he feels appreciated by her. And then we potentially have this crazy cootie cat in the wake that I'm already protecting, and I don't even fully know, probably partly because I feel sorry for her in this situation, but also I'm very attracted to her. This is a conundrum for Daniel. I think if Jax isn't careful and doesn't really sit down and have a conversation with him, this could go off the rails because you're starting now withholding information. You know who brought the dope. You know who brought the dope, and you're withholding that. That's a big deal. What else could there be? What else will it escalate to? I don't like the precedent that it sets in their work relationship at all.
Lawrence, what about you? Because I need Daniel to go on down to HR because this is not a part of my job description.
Listen, listen. I mean, sometimes whenever you see those cheeks, you can be hypnotized. I think that's what's happening to our good brother Daniel. But he's always been so loyal to Jax, right? So it's kind of hard for me to believe that he will let seeing a woman in some black leggings, jeopardize. Boy, them leggings be looking right. Anyway, it's kind of hard for me to believe that he will let that right there jeopardize his job and his relationship with Jax. I mean, they do look good together. I can't lie, but I just can't see it. I'll be surprised, but hopefully in the next episode he does make that correction, tell Jax what she needs to know, and not worried about them black leggings.
I don't know, Lauren. If she could at least say thank you, At least maybe Daniel would be a little bit more loyal, to be honest, in this situation. But it'd be like, get to it, Daniel, just go do it. This is like
Yeah.
nothing. She gives him absolutely nothing every single season, and just like that first one, it took for him to be hospitaled up for her to show true concern. Don't have him get hurt, girl. Go to HR. Go to HR. Go to HR, Daniel. EJ.
Listen, Daniel know it's all love, but seriously though, I think that Daniel really is intrigued by this girl, and I think that it is going to cause a conflict of interest when it's all said and done. You're already withholding things. Everybody knows that every little piece of information when it comes to these type of cases are important. Your one and only job at this point is to be in this house and to report back to me with that information, whatever that information is. And when you withhold something like that just because you like someone, just because you feel something and you really don't even know them, because let's be real, if it ever comes down to her brother and you, it will always be her brother. She's already proven and shown that she will do whatever it takes for her brother. So with that knowledge in mind, this isn't even a good time to explore any type of situationship with this woman. I feel like if he wanted to explore something, you wait till after this is all said and done. But you gotta stay professional in these particular spaces like this, because that one little piece of information that he withheld could be a big potential thing at some point. Like I said, everything matters. We saw the trailer. We know that it's going to escalate and it's gonna go further, but I don't see this ending well. I don't see this ending well for Daniel. I don't see this being a good move for him in any way, form, or fashion. And I do feel like his growing closer to her is going to keep him from telling things that he should tell, because clearly the sister is really good at protecting her brother. She's been doing it all her life. There's a lot of things that she knows, and there's going to be things that she's probably going to say to him that he's not going to go back and say, because he feels like, now she told me this in confidence, I can't mess up her confidence, right? I can't go back and tell something that she told me in confidence, because like that's a complete conflict of interest. Like, this is gonna be bad. So we gonna see how it works. But because I love me some Daniel. Shout
I
out to
love to see, because in 3 seasons, I was just waiting on him to rub on this receptionist booty. But clearly, they don't want that, and I need them to stop putting him in the back of the Asians, acting like he the Asian that don't nobody want. Daniel is cute. Don't be doing him. He all desperate. He all desperate. No, don't do that. But here we are. I just want to see what's gonna happen when he get a little thing yang. What's gonna happen? Nose wide open, little coochie, baby, cracked lips and alibis. I said, oh my god. Like, God damn, you need some chapstick. Did you hit the pipe before you answered the phone?
Oh, Tyra, please.
Girl, the lips was dry in the desert. I said, oh my god, is he okay? Did he overdose again? Somebody go check on him. Lord, he needed some Vaseline. He needed something. Lord.
Jeff,
Her lips was cracked in the camera. I said, oh my goodness. That's what them drugs do to you? You got them soup coolers, boo. You got to take care of them. Put something on them. But we confirmed what I thought. We confirmed what I thought episode 1. I say, baby, all of Miss Wendy is giving, partnership out of convenience and not so much out of love. And it could be something to where sexually he is all over the place, because he have been exploited so much since a young child, so he can go either or. But you can't tell me he won't rub it on this man. It was given, yeah. Yeah. I was with you. You were with me. I might need to come on out and tell everybody about it, but I need you to come out and affirm my alibi, because I was tagging that ass. Like, what? It was very cut your balls off and hand them to your partner over this phone. I was like, Azie, where did you meet these people? I mean, you could have had anybody. Where'd you meet this Douglas Ruggers Bone? And why is he talking like this over the phone? Remember when he said you wait the first name on the call sheet and bang bang pow? I said, don't end the episode like that. Don't end the episode like this. There's more that I need to know. But baby, it was the show tagline and the energy that he was giving over this phone. And if it's all of that, baby, just affirm it yourself. Do we really need this man to come out to say that? Even if he doesn't come to say, like, okay, yeah, where Azie was with me, I don't know if he's a down low, out there, low cutsies with the big waves, meanwhile you liking something else. Who knows? But it might make something a bit more clear for Jax and everybody else just to know that that was the reason. But it seems like every single episode, some more is unfolding that the family and Azie is not making Jax privy to. Actually, why we ain't put no chapstick on them lips?
Man, because that's the last of his worries. He was worried about his thug love. Because the way this man was like, "Cuh, I ain't doing nothing for you, cuh," and that's on the hood. I said, "Who is this
Oh,
man
dead homies.
on the phone? My God, what are we doing? Where did you find him, young sir?" what's, I don't know. This was very bizarre to me because I said, "How did you even get in the same circles? We ain't on them cousin and them anymore, cuh."
Right, slanging and banging. He's selling them drugs. It's like, what you need? You need me to come drop it off, or you need me to come drop what you want? What you want to eat? What you want? I got what you need. No, I
Dude.
don't need none of that no more. I need you to affirm my alibi. I was with you.
The way he said, "My secret will be out." Like, what? What is. He's clapping his cheeks. That was his man. That is absolutely what it gave. It gave DL energy, and I am going to remain DL, cross my heart and hope to whatever. This was very aggressive. Like, what? Like, what? This threw me off so much. I said, "Do y'all even like each other for real? You got to tell him, man. You got to tell him. My secret can't come out, little." Okay, all right, fine. But yeah, I don't know why his lips were this way, respectfully. But now he's really jacked up. He's gonna get high again tonight, Tyra. This sent him over the edge when his little thug love denied his request, because this is what all it take. I just need you just got to tell the people we was together. And he didn't even get that word out. That man read him filth and got off the phone. I don't know, Tyra. This is a conundrum. I hope we get a flashback because I need to see what this means.
It was what alibi, little nigga. It was on the dead homies. I won't never cuss. I won't never tell a soul I was with you. Cuz you ain't never. You go down on. I was like, oh my goodness. I said, please.
It was so
everybody. EJ, them lips was chapped.
Girl, you had all of us up here trying to pull out. I was like, make sure they lips are there. Wait a minute. Because what we not feeling like, listen, Tyra done said crack. Okay. Listen, first and foremost, yeah, this was definitely giving thug love, and this is giving down low energy so bad. Every time I say the word down low, I just try not to remember that movie that I should have never watched. Oh, gosh,
what movie?
It's called Down Low with Leon in it, girl. And every time somebody say it just bring me back to there, and I'm trying to forget that.
You said I'm putting. You got something in your eye. I think Azie said, "Man, you remember that time you had something in your eye, and I had something in my eye that same day." Yeah, you need to tell people about the time we both had something in our eye.
That part. That's exactly what it was giving off, and I was just like, "Oh God." But yeah, I think that at the end of the day, this could have been resolved. But either this man has a wife somewhere for sure, probably has a wife, and he's definitely on the down low. He don't want anybody to know. He's like so far in the closet that even if Azie got to go down, he don't care about how good them cheeks are. He don't care. He said, "I don't care what it is. You gonna take this L yourself. I'm not coming out." But if Azie's smart, Azie just tell Jax like, "Look, this is what it is. I was with this dude. He don't want to come out, but this is what it is. We gonna force him out because one thing about it, phone records, locations, none of this stuff lies. I'm not going to jail where I could potentially get my cheeks clapped that I don't want to get clapped like that. No kind of way, because they coming for him. They coming for little Azie. They done all watched him on TV, y'all. They coming for Azie if he go to jail. There's no way I'm going to jail. I'm sorry, I don't do jail. I'm telling it. And I don't see why Azie is not going to. Maybe he really cares about this man that much. Maybe he's scared. I don't know. But this is crazy. I would have told from the beginning. I'm sorry.
Probably so, because you didn't tell me Wendy wasn't. Maybe it was a little lavender on it, just a little sprinkle of lavender on the situation with Wendy. We didn't get a whole lot of time with her, but yeah, it's giving that, and the way that Azie lives and breathes on this phone. Like, maybe you ain't got no pictures, no text messages, no nothing. You can show somebody to show proof that we was eating it. Yeah, that's me. Do something. Lord, your whole alibi, just period, is resting on this individual. Cuz hell no, Lawrence.
So Ozzy is about to be outed by a LA skittle bag rainbow thug, right?
What in the world?
It's not looking good for Azie. It's not looking good. It's simple. It's just like EJ said. Like, old buddy said, listen, you going down on your own. You know what I'm saying? But at some point in time, listen, we gotta stop hiding these secrets. If I'm Azie, like, we just gotta come clean. We gotta have a clean slate to Jax to let her know all the events that happened. Because if not, he's going down with the ship, literally. So yeah, he needs to just come clean. Like, I can't wait to see when they reveal, hopefully in the next episode, who dead homie Cuz really is. I can't really wait to see who he is.
Dead homie, because on the homies though, cuz X-Men Emma Frost gonna come give you these memberships.
Every time.
They'll give you these memberships every time. Thank you so much, Emma Frost, for showing love. If you have gotten a membership, it's the perfect time because we do have a blockbuster movie night tomorrow. It's gonna be real fun. Ashley gonna do what Ashley does. Be sure to use that. Come in there and let yourself be known. Thank you so much, Emma, for pulling up and gifting these memberships. Please say thank you if you were a recipient. Ashley, don't make that face. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I promise. But leaving this here, we're just kind of left with what the predictions are gonna be for the next episode and who at this moment is your number one suspect. Now, it definitely not, cut your balls off and hand them to your partner, cuz pouring out 40s on the dead homies. It's not him. It's not him. He's a supplier, but I don't think it's much else as far as Wendy is concerned. Now, Big Sis over here, I'm not completely taking her off the table as far as being a participant, because with the Azie that we got in that irrational behavior that he shows, because we still ain't talking about them scratches. We still ain't talking about none of that. The way he goes in and out in his behavior, he could have done something and blocked it out, and this sister could, have assisted in covering it up. Who knows? And we also have, Mercedes down here, Uncle Clifford Girl and them, who could have felt some type of way about Wendy taking her spot as an older woman and wanted to get Wendy out the way. We do not know. Ashley, I'm coming to you first. What are your predictions for the next episode, and who is your number one suspect?
You know I ain't got no predictions. Maybe some crackheadetry will come out with the daddy of Jax. They're probably going to bring that child back 2 weeks. Fast forward, the son will probably be back, and we just have to see more terrible parenting on their end. The rest of it, I don't know. I hope we get to meet more Curve Loke over there, cuz Loke. And see who he really is. Why is he holding his mouth like that, Tyra? In that picture you got, he's holding his bottom lip. Look, it's like, oh, you a thug. Okay.
That's what he said, duck, duck, goose, or whatever the hell he said at the end of that phone call. That's what he said. Click, click. I don't know what he said.
Click, click, bang, bang. I honestly, the mama's still on the table for me. And sister is a suspect as well. She looks like a lunatic. She looks like Christina Ricci does in Wednesday to me. In that first season of Wednesday, that's who the sister reminds me of. I don't know. She looked like she's nefarious and up to no good. But yeah, I think the mama and I think the sister. I think it's somebody very close to him that was really worried about either his mental health, what Wendy was going to do to expose him. It was something about what Wendy was going to do to harm them or harm the family. And I think the mom and the sister are the most invested. That's who I got right now. But that could change next week.
Well, before us getting this episode, my eyes were on Daddy, because what you was over there doing with Big Wendy before she exited stage left. I don't know, just his investment and just the relationship he has with Azie is weird. I don't know. I'm not taking him off the table, but if I had to give a number one suspect based off of this episode, I'm looking at you, Mercedes. EJ, who's your number one suspect, and any predictions for the next episode?
Okay, so predictions for the next episode. I definitely think this is the episode where we're going to get Naima finding that little jersey that he had to take as a memento. Boy, you should have burnt it. But anyway, I mean, if you're going to hide it. I'm just saying, you go all the way. But anyway, I think this is where we're going to get that at. So, of course, it's going to come out earlier than they wanted it to when it should have been came out, but that's neither here nor there. And then I also think that there's going to be a moment where, I don't know if it's going to be next episode. I feel like it's probably going to come pretty quickly, but Jax is going to lose his trust. I don't think they would have said that in that last episode if they didn't think that, if they weren't preparing us for the fact that this was going to happen. I don't know exactly what's going to happen to make this happen, but Azie is going to spiral. like Azie is going to spiral on his own. But my number one suspect for the unalivement of old Wendy here, my number one is still I'm sorry, Monica. She's still my number one.
Oh yeah.
And then I honestly I used to think the sister, but I kind of taken her off my list now. But I'm with you, Tyra. I'm on the daddy now. He has been real quiet, and they haven't really been saying a lot about him. So he's my number two person. So those are my top two for this week. Again, it could be something different next week. It will be something different next week.
That's a good prediction. As far as like the distrust, because they did present that multiple times this episode. If we do, I think it'll be on the side of Bill because he's going to be in between. Well, the partners did say, let me just tell them what's really going on with Azie, and then it'll probably get out into the public. And it's like, yeah, I can't trust you with anything anymore. And he goes all the way wayward. Lawrence, what about you?
My prediction, I think they're going to have the conversation with the kids, and I'm riding with the sister, but I forgot who said it, but somebody said, this isn't our first time being in the business of Ozzy Edwards. I said Ozzy Edwards, but yeah, I think it's sister because I feel like even though Azie is the face of the family, I feel like now after seeing her, I feel like she's like the behind the scenes player that's been operating and keeping things together, especially on Ozzy's behalf. So for me, as right now, I am riding with the sister. But like I think EJ said, it could change again on the next episode. Mm-hmm. Like it could go back to Dad. It could go back to not Mercedes, but I forgot her. Yeah, it could go back to her. So
gotta say Monica, man, that's them cheeks, man. That's my Mercedes. But y'all, that was the episode. This has been a great time. I'm gonna come to Lawrence first to let us know what he has going on over there on his channel and where y'all can come find him at.
Appreciate you. So I just did my review of Reasonable Doubt today, a couple hours ago. Your boy had to work, so I did my review though. Everything else that's on my channel right now, got my Marvel Zombies review. If you're a Marvel fan, do a lot of Marvel content over there and DC as well. Beauty in Black, Reasonable Doubt, like I said, and tomorrow I have my Ruth and Boaz review. So I'll be watching that tonight as soon as we end this right here. I can't wait to check that out. So yeah, it's gonna be good. And make sure y'all subscribe.
Yes, hell yeah. You know what? Hell yeah. Make sure you subscribe. EJ, what about you?
Yeah, so tomorrow I will actually, first and foremost, this was wonderful as usual. But tomorrow I'll have Ruth and Boaz. We'll go live to talk about that with the panel. So definitely check that out if you're going to watch that. And then I'm actually going to talk about Reasonable Doubt again a little bit later on tonight. On Sunday, I am going to have the Family Business Sunday. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to be talking about, but I'll drop some video. I did have Wednesday on Wednesday. So if you were watching Wednesday, we did do it episodically. And so review is up for that. I'll have my Reasonable Doubt solo review up probably sometime this weekend. Just keep your notifications on for that. And then I did Zatima on yesterday, talked about that. And I think that is it for now. So just keep your notifications on.
Thank you, EJ. Ashley, what about you?
I already have my morning show review up. Reasonable Doubt was up earlier today. My Ruth and Boaz will be up tomorrow morning or tonight, depending on how I feel about it. But don't forget, tomorrow is Blockbuster movie night. We have a movie marathon on Sunday. Y'all know Mondays are for tasks. Just make sure you're subscribed, have the notification bell on so you don't miss a thing. Ton of stuff happening.
Mm-hmm. You heard what the lady said. Put the cash in the bag. Be sure to hit that like button before you guys get out of here. And if you saw a content creator here that you've never seen before and you want to go see more, go subscribe to their channel. Always be here to support. And we will be here Friday to talk about Reasonable Doubt again. I'm going to leave you guys with, all these members. Shout out to Emma. All these new members that have come through this month. Please express that membership with all of the content we have there. Go on over there to Find Me in Lives because it's a cackle and you get to see us in a different light. But with that as well, be sure to chime in tomorrow. We will be watching Nightmare on Elm Street, members only. It's going to be a good time and Ashley's going to be a key. Let me get to you saw me doing my exit, DeMarcus. You saw me getting out of here. I'm going to read it. Who has the best comebacks? Madam, Rock, Mallory, or Jax? Madam, Rock. I don't have enough for. I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna go with Rock because it's just, baby, it's Rock. It's Raquel. Anybody else want to chime in?
Rock. I agree. Rock.
Rock. You can't get no bigger than I own you, Ninja. That's ain't no comeback for that.
I'll go over there with Madam. We talking about the Eden people. Yeah, I'm going over there. She saw some crazy stuff in all them seasons. She said some wild stuff to those people. I'm going over there with her. She
Oh
talked
no,
real crazy.
Mallory, you ain't want to, because Mallory is a cackle.
No, Darkwing Duck. She talks crazy too, though. What you call it,
I'm
Darkwing?
gonna just go with Raquel because she gonna talk and back it up. She will disrespect you and then shoot you all at the same time. So we gotta go over there and stick beside that gun. But yes, once again, thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate the support, and we will see you guys next time for more Reasonable Doubt. Everybody have a good night.
White shirt, now red, my bloody nose sleeping. You're on your tippy toes, creeping around like no one knows. Think you're so criminal. Bruises on both my knees for you. Don't say thank you, or please I do. I want when I'm wanting to. So cynical. I'm a bad guy. Duh.
We all go a little mad sometimes.